One of these updates might be coming out next week, and one might not even be coming out next year, but yet the future is bright if you are a Minecraft player, because what used to be a single update a year has now become 4 or more, and long-lost features are becoming familiar friends. In this video, I want to cover 5 separate Minecraft updates we know they are working on and that are coming out in the soon-to-be future, and you should be excited about them. And so, hello, I'm AbbyXToyCat. Consider subscribing as we talk about the most obvious of these, because copper tools are coming to Minecraft. Copper tools are made in the exact same way as iron tools, but get this, instead of using iron, instead use copper, and then you can create yourself a copper shovel instead of an iron one. What is the benefit of copper over iron? Well, effectively, it's that copper is far easier to obtain, and so where copper sits on the tech tool tree is doing the same damage as a stone tool, but having about halfway between the effectiveness when it comes to mining blocks than a iron tool or a stone tool does. This means that you'll notice that most copper tools are almost as fast as their iron equivalents, but obviously, to make sure you still need to get iron, they're not quite as effective. So the same thing also applies to copper armor. It's not quite as good as iron armor, but it is a lot better than leather, and there are a lot of other minor copper changes coming, such as lightning rods, such as copper golems, oh, they are so cute, and also the fact that you'll have copper chests and a whole bunch of other new copper things, including the fact that, yes, we can now put copper horse armor on our horses, just like we've all been asking for since, well, I mean, honestly, about a couple of days ago at most. But still, isn't it exciting? The answer is, if you're a Superflat player, yes, definitely yes. I cannot tell you how excited I am to get back to Superflat once I can create actual tools that are better than wood. However, for most survival players, it's going to be a very early game feature or a niche one for situations like this Superflat world, and so I'm very excited, but whether you are or not depends on how often you start a brand new Minecraft world. Speaking of brand new Minecraft worlds, I guess we should mention the fact that this is still undergoing development, and so they still might change things and give more functionality. For example, the copper tools and armor don't actually degrade at all. They stay in their fully unoxidized state. Will that change in the future? Well, that's something you need to know about, and that we'll keep you updated with on this channel. But an important thing that I want to go into for every update is, when is it coming out? And when it comes to the copper drop, which is officially just called Drop Free 2025 right now, we actually have a very decent answer, because the last drop of last year came out in December, the first drop of this year was March, and then the second drop was June. This gives us a 3-month frequency that Minecraft have been sticking to, and so September seems very likely. I would guess slightly later in September, but Minecraft have surprised us before by being earlier than we expect, and so you should expect to see a few more snapshots and betas, but this is something coming to Minecraft in the not too distant future, alongside all of the other cute things inside of it, and isn't that great? Well, yes it would be, but do you know what would be even greater? If somehow we had a copper minecart, because regular minecarts have severe limitations. This is as fast as you can humanly get one going, and this was probably revolutionary back in 2010 when they set that speed up. However, it's long since been surpassed by every other method of travel, and so a copper minecart could be used to bypass this. One of the reasons why this idea is so prominent is not just by saying, oh yeah, look at what an old feature this is, it's so crazy old, you should be able to move villagers around faster than this. It's actually an experiment that Minecraft has been running for about the last year now, where if you go into snapshots and then enable a certain setting, you can speed up minecarts. So you can speed them up so they go as fast as they did in Minecraft Console Edition. This is actually quite fast and therefore quite usable, but you could go even faster if you wanted to simulate what it would be like to have copper minecarts that went 10 times faster than iron ones. This could be because it's more conducive to dealing with the rails, and you could use this to obviously have villagers go, well, I mean, as far as you wanted them to, but imagine if you could go even faster than this. Well, you don't need to imagine, because this game rule allows you to set it so your speed doesn't just go up to 80, but it goes up to 1000, and you've probably seen some clip of this somewhere, but it's absolutely ridiculous to be able to do stuff like this one, and I absolutely love it personally, because you can use this not just for launching TNT and all sorts of fun places, but also for going for a ride, or indeed going for a sky ride. Here is what it looks like when you're inside of it yourself. Obviously, 1000 is far too quick. I think 80 or even maybe even like 50 should be the cap for this, but a copper minecart could allow you to do things like this in real Minecraft, and given that they enabled the experiment and that everyone loves it, I think it's a matter of time until we see all minecarts sped up, or a special way to speed up minecarts. This would be a way that ensures compatibility, and I think that copper could be the perfect opportunity for that. However, I do have to say, as far as the answer to the question, when is this update coming, we don't actually know. A lot of Minecraft experiments come into the game and then never actually are officially released. A classic example of this would be the villager trading experiment. They wanted to make mending harder to obtain. The community said no, and so Mojang said, okay, we'll only add the best parts of this. Another easy example would be the redstone experiment. Mojang wanted to make redstone more consistent, so that if you were to say have redstone, the left piston would activate here, the right piston would activate here, and in this one it would be 50-50. But what's interesting to note is the fact that the community said, yeah, we don't really like that, and so just like the villager trading for mending, and just like the redstone, the minecart could have gone this way, and so then it's worth consulting how long it takes Mojang to add certain features from Java to Bedrock. Obviously, we have cases of ones that take only weeks to release, like the lava chicken jockey. We have some that take years, like the bundle, and so it seems as though, if we ignore the redstone torch, which is literally a model update that still hasn't been moved, if we remove that as being one of the possibilities, it seems as though the trickier something is to balance or add parity to, the longer it takes, and of course that will bring us nicely into the mother of all challenging things to add from Java to Bedrock. It's combat, which has literally taken 10 years from the first snapshot that Java released until now to not be added to Bedrock, which is why in about 2019, Jeb decided to start working on the Combat Update V2. The plan behind this was to bring parity to the two versions, while also actually making sure that Java players were happier with combat, as many were still not using it, and so 9 versions later, the latest one being in August 2020, we've now experienced 5 years of radio silence from Jeb. In that time, he launched Dungeons DLC, Legends, and then the movie, so assuming he's not now working on the next Minecraft game, is this the time to add this to the game? I think that the answer is yes. New combat is sorely needed on Bedrock, if only for the fact that the offhand still doesn't function over there. On Java, you can put any item in your offhand, and then you can eat while wielding a weapon, for example. This is not possible on Bedrock. Also, I think that even if you're a Java player and you don't care about the offhand support for Bedrock, you should still say, yeah, actually, why can't snowballs stack in the way they do in this combat test? Why can't potions stack? Potions are so barely used, especially in the PvE sense of the game, and so surely Minecraft could do with taking the most popular of these features and adding them. Personally, I'm of the belief that rather than spending 5 years to not add something to Minecraft, they should instead have spent 2 years and worked out what is popular and what is not. And sure, just like how I think that the villager trading experiment started with the goal of fixing mending and fixing and breaking, and then ended up just adding other things to the game, if you're going to say at Mojang that popularity is important, then there are so many wildly popular changes in here, such as the way that food could work, such as the way that you for Java players, you'd actually spam hit and it wouldn't be, disastrous if you held down the click button, such as even just different ranges, or the idea of bows being really, really accurate when you first aim them, kind of encouraging quick scoping, I guess you could say. Loads of these ideas are wildly, wildly popular, and so why is it that none of them exist in the base game? It's because Jeb has been busy, and so right now should be the best time for him to come back in and finally get this done. And so maybe, now that we haven't seen Jeb do anything since the Minecraft movie premiere, that's what he's up to. Unless, of course, given that he was working on Dungeons, DLC, and Legends, he's working on a brand new Minecraft game, and this is a topical time to bring that up, because, well, all we can say for the release date of the Combat Update is that it will be maybe next year, if we're lucky, but maybe never. The truth is, we know more about the next Minecraft game, because it looks as though there is going to be another one, and yeah, I usually don't report on 90% of leaks, but it does seem as though Minecraft are working on a Dungeons 2 game, which is currently given the project codename of Spicewood. I don't know why that is. I do know that it's coming soon. Minecraft have been working on a brand new game, and that is something we should expect to see. And although people have been hoping for an announcement for a while, I am beginning to believe that just like many successful games, including the recent launch of Oblivion Remastered, I think they're just going to launch it into the world, and that way people can enjoy it rather than having the big hype build up, which seems to be one of the reasons that Minecraft Legends didn't do so well. This is my expectation, and it could just be that it's coming coming actually in 2027, but I would expect sometime next year with very little announcement period to learn about a brand new Minecraft game. And if we learn about that new Minecraft game, we probably won't be seeing the combat update, because as lead designer of Minecraft, it seems as though Jeb is responsible both for the combat update and for releasing all of these other co-branded products. And although that is great for those products being authentic, it does mean that we might be waiting a little while. Also, just in case you say, wait, Toycat, this isn't an update to Minecraft. Okay, then here's something I'm excited about that I'll be very quick with. Minecraft is adding custom biomes and structures to the base game, and this means that instead of the weird mods and add-ons you see right now, have you ever tried playing an add-on that changes biomes or adds structures? They're all very strange and don't function, and they don't have any variability because you can't actually add custom structures and you can't actually add custom biomes. You can just add custom features to make it feel like they're new biomes, and I don't like this at all. I would love to see actually decent custom biomes, and so this is something you can expect to see in the next few months. I would expect alongside the copper drop even, or maybe even before it, that you will see some of this finally coming to fruition. That is why we have jigsaw blocks. That is why Minecraft is building all of this custom structure support, and although it is mostly for people making their own structures or add-ons, it's still something that's going to be very cool to see. But you know what's even cooler to see? Vibrant visuals. So in case you've heard all of these release dates and you've gone, Toycat, 2027, 2026, the end of 2025, I can't wait that long. Well, good news for you, because Vibrant Visuals is getting a fix very soon. That's because when Vibrant Visuals came out, they knew they were always going to need to fix some things, and so there have been 3 very big complaints, and I'm going to show you which of these will be fixed in the update that is coming as soon as next week. So the first of these is weather. A lot of people hated the fact that when it started raining, you could see the sky fully clearly. That's because weather wasn't fully implemented into Vibrant Visuals, or rather, it actually fully was, and they decided to unimplement it at the last minute for stability, and now as you can see, rain and thunder works just great, which means that your visibility will now be decreased. Many people hated seeing the sun and rain at the same time. That's right, some motherfuckers have never seen a rainbow in their life, but what's interesting is the fact that actually this is now fixed. But what about the big desert complaints, and indeed the complaints about water? Well, it does seem as though water tints and different colours for different biomes have not been added back into this. So we look at the water right here in a frozen ocean. It's actually just a tiger biome, but if we look over here, you can see the water is blue, and then if I fly over to my desert on the other side of my big wall at the edge of my world here, you can see that, wow, the water is also deep blue. They have not changed water tints, and they haven't added that back yet. But what about the third thing, which is the desert tint? Deserts were far too yellow for many people, and although it does have to be said they are very, very yellow right now, this is something that I think is at least mildly improved for the very worst of complaints. But if you don't think that Minecraft should change and should get warmer based on the biome you're moving into, then let's just say it's still probably going to be too much for you. Oh wait, look at that! Oh no, if you're in a desert biome in just the right spot, you can still see rain and sun at the same time. Oh god, absolutely terrible. 0 out of 10. Cannot play this again. But more seriously, this is a Vibrant Visuals fix that will also be coming with the Void World Super Flat type, which is kind of fun, and it will be coming out very, very soon. As soon as either next Tuesday or the Tuesday after. So, good news, if you're looking forward to a Minecraft update, it might be coming sooner than you expect. And yeah, obviously, the one that I think more people are excited for that is soon is the copper drop, which is September. But if you want something to enjoy for August, there'll be some bug fixes and some vibrant visual changes happening as soon as that, and isn't that fun? Also fun, there's a cake. It's not a very good desert well, I've got to say. But do you know what else isn't desert well? The way that ladders and indeed vine climbing worked in this update, but it does seem as though they fixed that for future drops. Will this be fixed in the final release? We don't know. But also, they had the menu spaced very strangely. This is what the menu looks like in this version. It's strange. It's very strange, to say the least. But yeah, will that be in the final version? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Anyway, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's update news video. I hope you found it to be useful, and make sure to subscribe if you did to see more of this. By the way, look at this. They've changed how sugarcane works, so you can actually see sugarcane ahead of you. It doesn't cloud your entire vision like before. There's lots of cool little changes coming in this drop, just like, or in this update, just like they do almost every single month. It's very, very exciting, and yeah, it's just a little bit of realism after a lot of what might seem like exciting thinking about the future. Just a reminder that the world is filled with things that are huge and happening on a giant time span, but every day, every week, things do get a little bit better, and that's how you should intend to live your life. Life advice of Toy Cat. Anyway, thank you for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you later for a live stream. Goodbye.